Sometimes I miss things, and in this case I missed some insane Lego investments. These are Lego sets that I was looking at some point before manufacturing stopped a couple of years ago, and since then these sets have gone through the roof in terms of valuations online. I'm a Lego investor. I buy Lego sets, and then when they retire or stop getting manufactured, the value starts to go up. I built an e-commerce business doing this, and I show other people how to do it too. And in this case, we have a handful of Lego sets that I did not invest in, and these are sets that have outperformed my expectations. They are sets that I looked at, I was thinking about investing in, and I didn't think that they would do as well as they ended up doing. In a few cases, I invested in similar sets as these. So for example, we're going to look at a Lego Overwatch set here. I invested in another set in that lineup, but I didn't really go heavy on this particular one. I did have a couple of units, but I didn't go heavy on it because I didn't expect to see what ended up happening here. So we're going to look at some crazy performance here in terms of prices going up over time on Lego sets. So let's just jump straight in here. And the first one we're going to look at is that Lego Overwatch set. So if you're not aware, we used to have a theme of Lego Overwatch sets. This is a popular video game, and we had some Lego sets that were based on that video game. And this particular Lego set is Overwatch, Diva, and Reinhardt. Now, I don't know if I'm pronouncing the names right, but it could be Diva and Reinhardt. 75973 is the Lego set. Again, this is based on a popular video game, and after these sets retired, we haven't had another wave of these sets at all. So this theme is no longer in production. But before it retired, I ended up investing in a couple of these sets. Like I said, I didn't go too deep on this particular one, and it has massively outperformed what I expected would happen with it. So let's look at the price chart here. Now, we're looking at a tool called Keepa, and this essentially tracks prices on Amazon in the US over time. Again, I am in the US market, so everything we're going to talk about here is based on Amazon in the United States. Wherever you are around the world, you will see different numbers based on your location and the marketplace that you're looking at. Here again, we're looking at Amazon US numbers. And over the last couple of years, this set 75973 has gone through the roof in terms of its price on Amazon. We can see that right here with this chart. Now, we see a couple of different things here. For anyone who's not aware of how to use Keepa, I'll just quickly explain. We see this orange color back here. That means Amazon was in stock. And then we see a blue line that's climbing up here. We also see a pink line. Now, I'll remove the pink line just to not confuse things here, but both of those lines are prices. The pink line is essentially just the buy box price, and the blue line is the low market price on Amazon. So this essentially means this is the price that these sets were selling for, and a lot of them have been selling at these prices. Now, if we go back here at the start of 2020, this set was selling for $24, and we can see that Amazon were in stock through the first half of 2020. This set actually retired in July of 2020, so this was a summer retirement, and it was a $40 MSRP, but it was selling pretty significantly discounted for $24 on Amazon for a while there. And even before that significant discount, it was selling for $32, so you could have got it below the MSRP for sure. But if you bought it right here at the start of 2020, you would have bought it for $24. Now, the set sold out, and over the next couple of months, by the end of that same year, it was selling for $55 on Amazon. Now, if you had bought it for $24 at that point, you're already doing pretty well selling it for $55. But over the course of the following year of retirement, it skyrocketed in Q4 of the second year to $85. So again, just about a year and a half after you could have bought it for $24, $25, you could have been selling it for $85. Now, in 2022, it really didn't go very far for most of the year, but at the end of 2022, we see another jump in the price here up to $120 right there. So again, if you bought it for this $24 price over here and you're selling it for $120, at that point, you are making an insane return on investment. But it did not end there. Over the course of the following year, we saw the price rise up to $150, and more recently it's been around $190. So this set right now is selling for $190 on Amazon in the United States. Again, it was a $40 retail price. So even if you paid full retail price for this set, at this point you're selling it for $190. After you pay your fees and everything, you're making a really, really good return on investment at that point. Now again, you would have had to sit on it for some time. This is a couple of years after retirement now. Again, it retired in 2020. So a lot of people don't want to wait that long on their investments and may have sold it sooner. But even if you sold it at the end of the first year of retirement, you would have been doing pretty well at that point, but nothing like if you had held it until this point. So this is a good example of a set set not flatlining. A lot of people think that there's a ceiling for Lego sets, and yes, in some cases, sets can hit a ceiling at a certain point. This set has not hit any ceiling. This has been going up and up and up over the last couple of years of retirement. So this Lego Overwatch set is one that I looked at, I analyzed, I did not expect it to do this well. I did expect it to grow in price, of course, and I did buy a couple of them, but this has far surpassed my expectations over time. Incredible investment if anybody picked this one up. Alright, moving into the next set here, and now we're going to look at Lego Ninjago, and this is the Golden Mech set. This is 71702, 489 pieces, and just an incredible looking set. Mech sets, especially the large mech sets, have a potential to do very, very well in this theme of Ninjago. I think there's a lot of things that just gel so well together when you merge Mech and Ninjago. And so here we're looking at a chart again of the last couple of years of performance on this set. And this set was actually released in 2020. We can see that the start of the listing on Amazon is back here at the start of 2020. It was released in January 2020 and retired at the end of 2020. So it was only on the shelves for a single year. And during that time, you could have bought it on Amazon for $35, $36. At some points, it was even down to $32. And the MSRP on it was $40. Now, over the course of the next year, after this set retired at the end of 2020, we can see this price, this blue line, start to go up very, very rapidly. And it hit 120 right there in September of the first year of retirement. So 9 months after retirement, this set was selling for 120. And again, this was a $40 MSRP, but you could have bought it for $32, and here we are selling for 120 after 9 months of retirement. Already an excellent investment at that point, but it did not stop. We did have a year after that of very kind of slow growth. We had a flat price for some time in the second year of retirement. We did peak right there at 130 or 128.58, but then in a third year retirement, once again, we see some very, very big moves in this price, and it got up to $179 at this point. So in year 3 of retirement, $179. This is a set that was an MSRP of $40. And again, you could have bought it for $32 or even lower in different retailers and using different strategies. So recently it's been at the $180 price. Right now the buy box is $175, a $40 MSRP. Absolutely insane investment for anybody who picked up the Lego Ninjago Golden Mech. And again, you would have had to wait over 3 years to get this current price, but even if you sold after a single year, it's a $40 set, you're selling it for $120, you're doing really well at that point. So that is Ninjago Golden Mech, and another one that has surpassed my expectations and one that I wish I went deep on. Now we're looking at a Brickhead set. This is Harry Potter and Hedwig Brickheads. Now this is set number 41675 with 180 pieces, and Brickhead sets, they can do very, very well as investment. So many Brickhead sets have been some of the best performers of the last couple of years. It is harder sometimes to get them in volume because a lot of them are exclusive to Lego stores. But in terms of return on investment, this theme is one of the absolute best out there. Now, Harry Potter and Hedwig has been a very strong performer. We're going back a couple of years at this point, back to 2019. This set was in stock on Amazon for $12. Now, over the course of the next year, we can actually see buy box prices for $42 on Amazon. Now, we do see a bit of a gap between the low price and the buy box price. Even the lowest price was selling for $30. So if you bought it for $12 and you're selling it for $30, at that point, you're still doing really well. But the buy box was $40, $42. Now, over the following year, once again, we see this massive spike. And the lowest price now was at $50. So if you're buying it for $12, you're selling it for $50. At that point, you're pretty much tripling your money. But the buy box at this point was selling for $96 on Amazon. Now, that is a very big gap between the lowest price and the buy box price. But if you sell Amazon FBA, you can get this buy box. I sell at the buy box all the time, and so I could have been selling this for $96 after buying it for $12 after 2 years of retirement. But at the lowest, again, $50. Now, over the course of the third year of retirement, we see the lowest price get up to that $80 point. And then at the end of the year, in Q4, we have a low price spiking to $90, and we see the buy box at $117.34. $117 for a Brickhead set that cost $12 3 years prior. So that growth is absolutely incredible for this one. And for anybody who picked this up as an investment, there's no way you didn't do well on this, because even after the first year you're doing well, but after the third year, this was phenomenal price growth on this one. In year 4, it kind of stayed flat. It didn't really go much further, and actually the same in year 5, but we are seeing a steady $95 for a lot of the time, somewhere in the region of $85 to $95. And so for this one, you would have been better off getting out of it after the end of the third year as opposed to holding it for year 4 and 5. But on this one, you're really doing well regardless of when you decided to sell it, especially if you bought it at that $12 purchase price. But again, even if you paid $15 for it, insane investment. Now let's look at some Star Wars. We have a Star Wars Anakin's Jedi Interceptor 75281, another set I did not invest in. So I did not buy any units of this set, and right now on Amazon it is doing phenomenally well. Just cleaning up this chart a little bit, what do we see here? So we don't see a massive disparity between the buy box and the low price here. We do see some right here. It retired at the end of 2021, and over the course of the following months we do see that buy box get to $60. The lowest price was $45. Now again, you could have bought it for $25 before it retired. It was a $30 MSRP, and this set released in August of 2020 back here, and we do see it retire right here at the end of 2021. Now in 2022, the first year of retirement, we see that low price get up to $60 in the middle of the year, and then go as high as $70 right around September before it started to dip a little bit as the supply increased. But if you bought it for $25 and you're selling it for $70 after 9 months of retirement, you're doing great at that point. Now, if you held it longer, in the second year of retirement, which is 2023, we see the price take off on this set. We see by the middle of 2023, it spiked up here to $128 on Amazon. So again, you bought it for $25, or even if you paid full MSRP of $30 and you're selling it for $129 after a year and a half of retirement. At the end of that year, we see the buy box even getting to $130 right there in October. And then coming into 2024, we recently have seen buy boxes of $145. That is what the buy box is right now, and it is still selling at that price. We do see sales. We can see this chart down below, which shows us the sales rank. That basically means if that line is going up and down, we do see sales happening. So people are buying this set for $145 on Amazon, a set that you could have bought for $25 before it retired back in 2021, just over 2 years ago. So phenomenal performance on Anakin's Jedi Interceptor 75281, a set that I did not invest in. This is one that I missed out on, and it has far surpassed my expectations. Incredible investment. Now let's look at some Technic. So this is Lego Technic Cherry Picker 42088, and this one was released in January 2019 back here. It retired in mid 2020, and since then we've seen incredible performance on this set. It's another one that has far surpassed my expectations. I did not invest in this set at all. I did not expect to see this happen. So this is a set that was $10 before it retired. If you bought it for $10, by the end of the same year that it retired, because it retired mid-year, by the end of that same year, it was selling for $42 on Amazon. 43 right there. Now it did drop a little bit in the second year, so coming up on just over a year of retirement, because again it retired in the middle of 2020, and in the middle of 2021 it had dipped a little bit back down here, and now it's selling for around 25. By the end of that year it got back up to 35. So if you're buying this for $10, you're selling it for $35, you're still doing very well. You would have been better off selling it at the end of its first year of retirement for 43, buying it for 10, selling it for 4x what the MSRP was, and you more than likely could have got a deal on this as well, instead of paying full MSRP of $10. This is an example of a cheap set, a $10 set that just multiplies significantly in value because there's good value in the box. People are happy with it. There's a lot of collectability, and so they will pay $40 for something that could have cost $10 before it retired. Now over the course of the third year, and so this is just over 2 years of retirement, because again it retired in the summer, we see it selling for 40 again, and then it spiked at the end of the year to 55 at the buy box, and since then it has been somewhere in that region. Right now it is at $48 on Amazon. Again, a $10 set. Buy it for 10 or maybe 8 if you got it for 20% off, and selling it for $48. You're doing very, very well, and if you were able to get multiples of it, you could really build a business doing that. Next up we have Lego Minecraft, the Redstone Battle. So we're jumping into different themes here. I'm trying to pick sets from different themes that I remember looking at that I did not expect to see do so well. And so we have the Redstone Battle here, 21163, and I remember looking at this and thinking Minecraft Dungeons, because it's kind of a sub theme within the Minecraft world, is not one that I wanted to go too deep on. I had some very strong success with with Minecraft, the regular Minecraft sets at the time, and I did not go deep on the Redstone battles. In fact, I didn't buy any of the Redstone battle, and I do remember thinking that it would not do as well as it ended up doing. So this set has far surpassed my expectations. This set was released in June of 2020 and retired at the end of 2021, and it had an MSRP of $40. But you could have got it discounted on Amazon before it retired. You could have got it for $32. Now we see at the end of 2021 here, we can see the price was $32, and then as it started to dry up and the inventory started to disappear from Amazon, we see the price start to skyrocket here. So over the course of just a few months, it got up there to $70 at the buy box on Amazon. So again, buy it for $32, selling it for $70. At that point, you're doing really well. But by the end of that same year, we see it more around $76 at the end of just 1 year of retirement. Now in year 2 is when we really see this set taking off. We can see a massive ramp of the price here in the second year. It started off the year at 73 at the lowest price, and by the end of the year, we can see it selling for $120 right there. So 120 for a set that you could have bought for 32 2 years previous. And at that point, even after you pay your fees, you're around tripling your money after 2 years on the Redstone battle 21163. More recently, it has gone up even more. So it continues in year 3 of its retirement to grow in price. We see the set selling for $140 right now on Amazon, and a $32 purchase for, again, something you could have bought for $32 just a couple of years ago. So the Redstone battle is a set that has far surpassed my expectations. It is one that I missed out on. I wish I invested in, and I hope some of you out there pick some of this up. Let's look at a Marvel set now. We have Marvel Avengers Captain America Mech, and this is 76168. I've done quite well on some of the Marvel Mech sets. For example, I invested heavily in the Thanos Mech set and did pretty well with that as an investment. This is one that I did not invest in that has done better than I expected. So again, these sets are around $10. They are cheaper sets. You can sometimes get them for discounts. So right here, for example, you can see it was selling for $8.50 on Amazon in August of 2021. And this set actually only had a year on the shelves. It was released in the start of 2021, retired at the end of 2021. We do see Amazon remained in stock on it a little bit into 2022. That's common. That does happen. They had a couple of pallets of the set lying around, but they eventually sold out right here in February of 2022. Now, after Amazon sold out, the set went from $10 up to $23 at the buy box within about 2 or 3 months. But then later in the year, we were seeing it get up to $29, $30 right here. So within the same year of it drying up on Amazon, a set that you could have bought for $10 was then selling for $30. But in year 2 of retirement is when we really see a lot of more growth on this. By the middle of year 2, it was selling for $44 at the buy box and at the lowest price on Amazon. And then by Q4 of 2023, which is the second year of retirement on this set, the set was selling for $48.75 at the buy box. So again, this was a $10 set. You could have bought it for at least $8 if it was discounted. Frequently, you can get these mech sets for even better prices than that. And then you're selling it for $48.75 at the buy box on Amazon. And that is exactly what it is currently selling for. Right here, we can see the buy box, and it is actually selling at those prices. So another incredible investment, going from $10 at the MSRP to $48.75 on Amazon in the US. And these are 7 completely different sets in different themes that have outperformed my expectations. They are all sets that I did not invest in, or I only bought a couple of units and I did not go deep on. And they are sets, of course, that I wish that I went deep on. And I hope some of you out there bought some of these sets. Let me know in the comments down below. Now, over the last couple of years, I have been fine-tuning how I pick sets, and I'm much better now at picking these sets and finding these real winners before they retire than I was back in 2019, 2020. And I've decided to pour all of that information into a book that you can actually get your hands on to help you to identify these incredible investments before they retire. That book is called Winning Set Secrets, and you can get a copy by clicking a link in the description down below. And by going through this book, you're going to see all the different signals that I look at to find the best Lego sets to invest in. And here's the insane thing. I'm actually giving away a free copy of this. You just got to cover shipping, and I'll give it to you for free for people who test drive my Inner Circle program, BrickBucks Ignite. That is an inner circle community of Lego investors. We meet once a month to talk about strategy and brainstorming. I put private content in there where I go much deeper on how I actually run my 6-figure Lego investing business. And we also have tools tools and bots and deal trackers and all sorts of great things in there. So you get 30 days free. And by the way, we've stopped giving out free trials except for with this offer where people get the book and then they get 30 days free to see behind the curtain inside of the BrickBooks Ignite Inner Circle. So not only are you going to get this book shipped to you just by paying shipping, you're also going to get 30 days inside of BrickBooks Ignite completely for free, so you can binge on all the content and learn from the community and hit the ground running with Lego investing. So click the link in the description below if you want to get in on the action and get this most incredible welcome gift ever for test driving BrickBooks Ignite. But regardless, thank you so much for checking out this video, and I'm Shane from brickbucks.net. Make this your year to lift off and be free.